Hello, fellow commanders, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous Return from Beagle Point. We are continuing our journey, heading back to the bubble after having completed our trip all the way out to the aforementioned Beagle Point. Purpose of the trip has... Oh, that's right, I forgot I removed that keybind. The purpose of the trip has been to increase our exobiology rank to the point to where we can attain the elite status as well, elite exobiology status anyways, as well as hopefully make enough money to purchase a fleet carrier to take out into the black with us at some point in the future. Ideally, by the time we get back to the bubble, we'll have enough money for that. But anyways, we are currently right here. And we're on our way back in this direction to go through the center of the galaxy again and all the way back to the bubble. We still have quite a ways to go, but we will eventually get there, don't worry. Lately, I have been not doing the standard talking narrative kind of things, and I'm going to continue doing that for the time being, mostly because I just don't have anything I feel is interesting to talk about, and nothing's really popped into my head. I do reserve the right to kind of go back and forth between doing these time-lapse with music episodes and then me just kind of talking if I, come across a topic that I just really want to talk about for a while, but I've just been really struggling with trying to have conversations for 30 minutes at a time. So here we go. We're going to go ahead, hop into this, and I'll see you when something interesting happens. Alright, we have found ourselves a nice planet with 4 biological signatures on it. It's a high metal content planet, which means we should be able to find some pretty interesting things. So let's get ourselves close enough so that we can do the planetary scan with the probes, find out exactly what's on here, and then we can hop down and find get the individual scans of everything. So we're just waiting to get close enough for the surface scanner to be able to shoot out the probes. And then we got to make sure we get around to the light side of the planet, so we got to make sure we pay attention to that as well. I'm going to go ahead and un-super cruise assist this now. 4 probes, so we'll do 1 on each cardinal direction. That should give us what we need. Wait for the probes to hit, and then we can filter through and decide which one. Well, actually, I'm going to go ahead and move over to the light side of the planet. That way we can make our decision about where we're going to land from there.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Okay, now we can actually see what we're doing. Well, kind of. Let's go a little bit further around this side of the planet. Okay, cool. Switch back to this mode. I've got Bacterium, Stratum, Frutexa, and Tussock. I definitely want to go after the Stratum. Looks like the Frutexa and the Stratum are kind of opposite of each other. So I'm going to go after the Stratum, and because I want to make sure I get that first, and I'll just go after a border area. So I'm thinking maybe like right there. Because there was some overlap right here. Maybe get a little bit more like this so that I can angle up a bit more, ideally to get onto the border here. This isn't exactly how I wanted it to be, but it's close enough. Alright, get our glide going. Normally I would put a time lapse in for the scanning part of this, but I don't know. I'm still on the fence about that. Definitely when we're out in space just searching around for something, but once we found something, then I don't know, I'll probably just hold it in. You guys let me know, especially those of you who have been watching for a while. Do you like the time lapses for both, or do you want the time lapses for just one of them, or what do you think? What's your personal preference? I'm open to suggestions. Slow down to the point. Oh, hold on, let me get that. I've had to turn off the throttle for my joystick because it's interfering with the keyboard. The keyboard throttle, because I have two ways of controlling my throttle. I do. So what is this right here? But I'm trying to focus here, and this is our stratum. It looks like Tectonicus. I have two ways of controlling my throttle. I have the regular throttle on my joystick, and then I also have a keyboard incremental throttle set at 25% each, so that I can just go through each quarter turn of the throttle, which is, you know, it's helpful when I'm doing a lot of different things, especially. Oops. What did I already have in there? That's right. We went on a planet, and I wasn't able to find. I wasn't able to find another sample of it, and I got annoyed, so I just left. Okay. Stratum Tectonicus. I wasn't paying attention to whether we got first footfall or not because I was too busy trying to move around, but we'll fly a little bit and try to find a couple more samples of that, and then we'll go looking for Frutexa, I think is what the other thing was. So we'll go in this direction, I guess. The problem is that I think the Frutexa is going to be up in the more mountainy areas, so I don't know that we're going to have much luck finding that. But we can maybe give it a shot, I'm not sure. Okay, sample 2 out of 3. $90 million credits if we got first footfall, which out here, the likelihood of that actually being the case is pretty high, so. Pretty sure. Oh, there's bacteria there too. So let's go this way. I'm just gonna ignore the Frutexa because 90% of the time you're gonna have. Yeah, there we go. We have the 3 other things pretty well right next to each other, so. I'm not going to overly worry about one specific thing that's harder to get to anyways. Most of the time, the Frutexa is really hard to land around because it's up in the hilly areas where there's not a lot of flat ground, and the ship just does not want to land and do the things I need it to do. All right, so this is number 3 here. We'll go ahead and grab the tussock that's right next to us, and then we'll grab the bacteria after that. So that's 1 out of 3. Tussock pinnatus, sage. Get 2 more of those, and then we can get our bacteria that we need. Oh, let's get our. And I got to stay real close to the ground to be able to see. That, so we have to be a little bit careful when we're doing this. I'm not above using the ground to stop me though, because sometimes it can take a little bit of time to get your thrusters to cooperate unless you flip around and get your main thrusters behind you and in direction pointed in the direction that you're trying to stop. So this is 2 out of 3. I just need 1 more. I think that's the first time. I don't know. Have we ever come across, for those of you who have been following, have we come across sage tussock before? I don't remember that being a color. Okay, we'll go this way. That should be far enough. And then we just need to get this one and some bacteria, and we can be done. And I think I see some bacteria over there. Oh, my mouse went off camera, or went out of the window. I was wondering why it wasn't doing anything. Sitting there staring at it, and it's just staring right back at me. Alright, that takes care of our tussock. So we'll hop up real quick and see if that was some bacteria. It was far enough away that I'd rather just take off and land again. I saw some... I guess it wasn't that far away. It looked farther when I was on the ground. Probably faster, even it's probably still faster to just get in the ship and do that, so that's fine. Waiting for this to be discarded. Grab this one, and then 2 more, and we can be done for this episode. My philosophy for these time-lapse episodes is that I'm just trying to do 30 minutes of gameplay, and then I condense it down into whatever it ends up being. That's one of the reasons why I'm sort of letting myself just do this in real time, because it's more or less interesting to watch. Because you get to watch the ship skimming the ground and all that, and that's kind of interesting, and you know, whatever. To be perfectly honest, I'm getting kind of burnt out with this series. I don't want to give up on it because I want to at least get all the way back to the bubble before we end it, but we still got a long way to go. So I'm just trying to find ways to maintain my sanity between now and then. And then when we get there, we'll make the decision as to whether we're going to purchase the fleet carrier, because that's a continuing commitment. That's a lot of money to spend on something that could end up... Well, I don't know. How does that work? If you fail to make the payments on it, does it... do you have to spend the billions and billions again to get it back, or do you just have to make the payments and you get it back? Because that would suck to... spend all that time and money earning one, and then you can't have it back. Do they completely repossess it and you have to start over, or you just lose access to it until you make your payment? Anyways, that's going to go ahead and complete our episode for today. Hopefully you guys had fun watching me fly around. Be sure to click the like button if you did, so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to as many people as possible. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing now, so that when the next video comes out, it will show up in your feed and you'll be able to watch it as soon as it becomes available. Channel members get early access to all of my content, so be sure to click the join button, check out the list of options available there, and decide if any of those are right for you. If you're not interested in a membership but would like to support the channel, you can always leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. Direct contributions are greatly appreciated and a critical component to helping to turn this channel into a full-time gig, which is the dream. So again, thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Be sure to come back for the next one, and I'll see you then.